Good morning. I'm Gianni the Greek coming to you live straight from Las Vegas. It's Sunday, June 23rd, and I got a lot to get to. In fact, I'm doing this as early as possible. I'm getting it out to you guys because we have a lot of day baseball. I know it's the last day of the week, and with all the support you guys have been giving me, I made sure to set a time, some early time, to make sure I get this out to you guys. So please just do me that one little favor I ask for. I don't ask for any money. I don't ask for anything like that. I simply ask that you just go down there and smash that like button. Just help me grow this show so I can continue staying motivated, so I can continue doing it. Because once football gets here, I'm going to be extremely busy doing a lot. And it's not like I'm threatening, but I'm saying if I don't see that the show's growing, then I probably won't continue it and just do the segments that I do on Wager Talk TV and the different podcasts that I do. Because just doing my own and then having my girl have to produce it and then send it to Wager Talk and they have to do all their edit, it just takes a while. And if it's not growing, then obviously there's just not a big enough appetite for sharp information and education. People just want picks. And, I could do that in 5 minutes on Twitter with a video. But my goal was to do a little bit of what I do in the steam room, because I've seen those subscribers that have been with me for like a year after year, like they really have gotten it. Not only like when it comes to sports betting, but we've had long conversations about investments. And I know one of my subscribers who's been with me now 3 years, and he just bought his first rental property this year from money that he gained from the sports betting market. I couldn't have been more prouder of anyone in my life that just did it right, that just stuck to the patience, the risk management. He said he started back when COVID because he had nothing to do. Here he is 4 years later, has a nice bankroll and enough profit to where he could buy his first investment property. God bless you, James. God bless you, brother. That's what I love to hear. That's why I do this. So please smash that like button. Give me a comment or two. Ask any questions. I'm open for those. I take nothing personally. I promise you. And if you could share it, it'd be even more OG. So with that out of the way, real quickly, like we always do, I'm transparent. When I win or lose, I face you. Just like that's why I created the steam room, so I could take my subscribers by the hand and not just take their money, but answer to them week in, week out, week in, week out. These are the results. This is where we're at. This is where you should be. And let's get you there if you're not there yet. So over the last 3 days, obviously, we've destroyed it. We're up 48 plus units. It's almost 50 units. Over 32% ROI. That's not sustainable. Just like I told you guys, the minus 10, 11% is not sustainable. The plus 30% is not sustainable. You got to get past these small, short-term swings. You see, in 1 week, I went from the 30th guy to number one guy, to 15th guy, back to number one guy. That's the swings, especially when you're a volume guy. And when you do this for real, you got to be a volume guy. There's no professional bettor that is betting one play a day. That's just not happening. That's just not how it works. There's no winning, like long-term sports bettor that I know is even doing like 2 or 3 or 4 bets per day. They are grinding, man. They know their edges aren't great. So they're trying to get capital in, out, trade like we do. Like I've been doing and showing at Wager Talk. I know new people are like, what is he doing? What's going on? This is fun. Dude, if you want to win, that's what it takes. That's the job. It isn't wake up, find 3 winners, bet them, and then, go about the rest of your day and life is easy. We would all do it. Why would anyone have a job? Why the hell would anyone go to work when you could just watch sports, bet 2-3 games a day, even get to watch those games in the evening while you eat pizza and then play video games after? Why would we not do that if it was that easy? It's not. That's why 99.5% of people that attempt this end up losing their money. Then they make zero money. They lose what they come with. That's just the truth. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to actually inspire you. Because if you do the right thing, this is such a beautiful market. It's like, it's free. It just gives you money. It continues to reward you for doing right, for having patience. And one of my greatest mentors told me, markets are simple. They are a vehicle that separates impatient people from their money and takes it over to patient money. It's so true. It's to patient people. It is. It's so true. The way he put it was, it just made perfect sense. They're designed to take money from the impatient and carry it over to their patient. That's just how the game goes. So if you don't have that patience to know that there's going to be a journey of ups, downs, backs, forths, but at the end, if you have the edge, numbers do not lie. That's why we've won 8 of the last 9 years. Yeah, 8 of the last 9 years, documented every single pick I've released. That's why I'm #1 in profit at Wager Talk since the site launched, even though I didn't join till 2 years after they were already in business. Yeah. Again, that's not a knock on any other capper. Everyone has their own approach, their own way. Well, the only thing I'm trying to say is I sat down in 2017 and did an interview, and I promised and guaranteed. My guarantee was simple. I can't guarantee you I could win for you today, this week, or even this month. I can't do that. But I can guarantee you that over a statistically significant sample size, I'm going to beat this bookmaker, and there's nothing they can do about it. And along the way, I'm going to manage my risk so efficiently that I'm going to turn a profit year after year. And anyone that follows me will do the exact same. What are we, 9 years later? And 8 of those we won. 8 of those we won. Again, this isn't an infomercial for Ace. This is just to inspire you that it is doable. But you got to separate yourself from all that nonsense on social media. I can't, I get so sick when I see it because I picture myself as a new bettor or even a guy that's only been in a few years and falling for that nonsense and actually believing it. And it's just such all misconceptions from losing bettors who won't show any long-term results, no statistical significant sample size, nothing. They just talk like they're experts of nothing but bullshit. That's what they're experts of, bullshitting. Again, man, this isn't to like say I'm anything special, but this is what I do. This is my job. I've done nothing else since I was a kid. I move money for the most profitable sports bettors on the planet. If you win in a particular market, you're going to find me to get you down because I guarantee you your money. Few runners in this industry will do that. I do that. I guarantee any of the wise guys that come to me their money, which means if I get fucked by a sports book, if I get screwed by a bookie, that's not your problem. That's my problem. You're getting paid on Tuesday. Weekend Sunday, by Tuesday, you're getting your money. Regardless of whether I get mine by Friday. That's not your problem. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I can guarantee that over a statistical sample size, I'm going to be profitable. It's not because I'm special. It's because I work with special people. Because I surrounded myself with special people and became this one piece of a puzzle that they need. Because when you win, you got to get down. You need a guy like me. They don't even, half of them probably don't even like me, but they need me. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So again, not to go long, but that's just the money management thing. If you manage risk correctly, this is what happens. You win. You win. Over the last 7 days now, look what we are. Now we're up 21 units. It looked like hell. It looked awful. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I kept saying, we lost again. We lost again. We lost again. We lost again. This is the result of grinding, of being a winning trader, that you don't let the daily ups and downs affect you. You don't get emotional. You look for the same inefficiencies and you fire, and you trust in the numbers. And when you in doubt, when you have any doubt, you zoom out. And when we zoom out, what do we see? Long-term profit. That's what I want for you. I don't want you to waste your time here. I don't want you to waste your time. And just like that, over the last 365, we're now over 105 units up, over 1.5 ROI on over, now we're at like 3,400 bets. Just like that. Anybody can do it. You need two pieces of a puzzle. You need access to winning information or the ability to beat this casino hold yourself. And you need to manage that risk correctly, bet size correctly. You do those two things, you're a mathematical certainty to profit. There's nothing the sportsbook can do but pay you. With that said, let's get to today's action. All right. Now, I'm going to share some two totals for you that I wasn't able to get down on the second part of the bet. And it happens to me every single day. And that's the decisions I'm forced to make too. Let me explain. We came in game 964, Cleveland, Toronto, under 9 and under 8.5. Now, that's big because we know 9's a key total. 7, 9, 11, the three key totals that we have to focus on. Want to be on the right side of those, just like want to be on the right side of 3 and 7 when we're betting football. So we went under 9, we went under 8.5. I gave it to my subscribers at 8.5. I was able to get the crew down at under 9, but I knew there would be mostly 8.5 by the time they got to their books. So that's what I released it at. Those that got 9, God bless you, got an even better number. And then we also went under 5 in the first 5. Now, I got that down for the group that gave it to me, but by the time I went to even bet it for myself, it was gone. It was 4.5s across the board. So I had a decision to make. Do I give it out at under 4.5 to my subscribers, even though I bet it at under 5 for this group? And we know it's a strong play because they went under 9 and 8.5. I'll tell you what, I passed. We're having a good winning week. We have no reason to force anything. We could remain selective. It's been proven that if we wait and pick our spots, we'll do just fine. So no, I didn't take it. It's on you whether you want to take that risk. Each of our risk tolerance differs. And then also same thing happened to me with 958 Colorado, Washington. We went under 11 and then we went under 6 in the first 5. I got under 11 for the groups. I got it out to subscribers and for myself also. But after getting under 6 for the groups, I couldn't find it again. It was 5.5 everywhere. So I didn't give it out to my subscribers. Again, why? Because I decided to stay selective. And I didn't want, the VIG didn't adjust enough. So I wasn't going to take a worse number if the VIG wasn't going to be adequately adjusted to where I'm still getting the best of it. So once the book plays defense, I'm not betting from a position of weakness. I'm only betting from a position of strength. And that's not going to happen if I don't take the best numbers. So you're better off passing and waiting for another bet where your edge is greater than taking a smaller edge. That's the key. Discipline, discipline, discipline. So there's two totals for you. Under Cleveland, Toronto, under Colorado, Washington. I'll give you two sides too. It's the end of the week. I love you guys. Whether you win or lose, you know I'm on your side, baby. Follow, fade, or ignore. I'm just sharing the information, sharing as much experience and knowledge as I've acquired over the 30 plus years doing this. Okay. Also took 963 Toronto at even money, 966 Houston, minus 115 or better. So Toronto, Houston sides, under Cleveland, Toronto, under Colorado, Washington for the game as totals, whether you follow, fade, or ignore. Again, I hope you cash them. Don't trash them. There's some Major League Baseball steam for you today. I don't have anything else like soccer or WNBA. Actually, I do. I have a tennis right now. Here we go. Let me give you some tennis action. You ready? WTA, Eastbourne, WTA. So we go to tennis, we go to WTA, we go to Eastbourne, and we're looking for Anastasia Potapova. Minus 160 versus Yu Yan. Damn, I got minus 157. So boom, I took that. I moved it now. They moved it to 162. I can show that to you guys with only a dime bet, as you can see. Look, just a dime bet right there. You see how that number changed right there? I bet it for a dime at 157. She's now at 163. You see that number light up. We move. That's what moves markets. They know the account's flagged as short. It's not like they're not afraid of me, dude. They're not afraid of me. They're afraid of the people I work with. That's all it is. They're afraid of the people I work with. And know that long term, we're going to beat them. And so they do what they're supposed to do. You want to hear something crazy? I'm going to share this with you guys. Yesterday, I have a 200. I bet, like I told you, between 1 and 5 dimes. Okay. And I throw in a parlay. On MMA is the only time I ever even remember. Sometimes I'll remember on a football Sunday or something, toss in an NFL parlay. But anyway, on MMA, I usually will remember to throw in a parlay just in case I catch lightning in a bottle or something. Okay. So I put in a parlay with, I think, 6, 7 fighters in it yesterday. Every single one of those won, except the first fight of the night, Long, which was by split decision. So I had a $250 parlay that paid out $12,000 and like $8. And it was so painful watching every single fight after that one win, knowing that I would have picked up an extra 12 dimes. Now, obviously, I was happy because I cashed all those straight bets. And when I looked at my account, it was beautiful. But I can't lie. I still woke up a little butthurt and pissed. And even my girl's like, damn, one fight. I can't believe it. I told her that's the parlay, baby. Because I actually gave her own account. I'm going to tell you guys about it next week. We don't want to take more time because it's Sunday. But I gave her own account. It's funny. I asked the guy, one of the guys that working for an account, gives me the account for her. And I tell her, just bet, straight bet and small parlay. She bets 100 on 4 different fighters and then a parlay. Anyway, I look at the thing. The guy gives $100,000 balance credit limit and 50,000 max per play, 5,000 max per props. And I'm like, what are you giving me a 50 dime account for? I'm giving it to my chick. He's going to be betting $100. But anyway, look at Popo now. Look at that now. Look at her now. Okay, guys, I hope you guys can see that. She's up to 172. Look at that lighting up. Look at that lighting up. That's other movers betting it as I speak. See, the higher you are up the food chain, the earlier you get it. I've been doing this long enough. I'm pretty high up that food chain because I could get them down a lot of money. The more money you could get the groups down, the quicker you get the game. The quicker you get the game. So you are seeing we are now up to 167, 173s. It's going back. It's going forth. It's a beautiful thing. Don't you just love this market? Some guys push it this way. Some guys push it the other way. But, I got to show you guys that just so you see. Just so you see how pissed I was. Damn, good week. Good Sunday, dude. What a Saturday I had. What a Saturday. Absolutely buried them. Absolutely. Look at this. Look at this ugly thing. Look at that ugly thing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. For 12 dimes. 12 dimes. Only the first fight loses. That's why the rest say pending. $250 parlay. See how little I bet the parlays? I bet 1,000 to 5,000 on sides. The average yesterday was 3,000 and 4,000 because we had 3% plays. So for me, it's 0.75 of my bankroll. So I bet 3,000 on 2 plays, 4,000 on the other 4 or 5 plays. I think we had, but my parlay was only $250. That's it. $250. That's like a $10,000 bankroll betting a $25 parlay. That's it. Because I know it's negative EV, but just in case we get a little lucky. So again, okay, that was just me sharing some of yesterday's with you guys because I love it. It's like hanging out. Honestly, if I was with my boys talking this morning, having this coffee, that's what I would have done. I'd have been like, dude, check this shit out. You ain't gonna believe this. Here's the damn parlay. And just like I showed you with the line, I would have been like, dude, look at us moving this line. So please, no, I'm not doing it out of ego or any of that nonsense because it ain't me doing it. You know what I mean? It's the groups I work with. That's what it is that we move these numbers. So respect we get. Like I told you, I do this for real, man. I don't need to bullshit in anybody, and I'm not trying to get anything from anyone. Those that want to work with me and be partners with me, they know where to find me. They know how to become partners with me. They want to be partners in this venture, in this sports betting venture. They know how to get with me. So that's why I don't push you guys towards this. The only thing I ever do is give you coupon codes like ACE25 and shit where you get 25% off everything. That's it. To anyone that is going to jump on board. But I'm not trying to just push to sell shit or upsell you, bro. So here we go. Let's get these questions out of the way. We gave you some plays, even gave you that WTA play. So yeah, make sure you we've been doing good with the tennis. In fact, let me see something. Sorry. Yeah, last 7 days in tennis, we have a 30% ROI. We got a 30% ROI. Yeah, we're picking it up in tennis. We didn't start hot, but we're picking it up in tennis. And historically, those smaller markets have been the shit. All right, let's get this going. I'm going to try to knock it out in 10 minutes. So you guys have this early. All right. My man, Bruce Contney, 5190. Great show. My question is, how do we, the betting public, know that a lot of these shows give the public free picks, trying to get us to bet on the other side to even out the sides? Number one, please, great question. Great question. And I've been asked this a lot. Like, wait, you give the other side to subscribers so they could get you a better line, and then you could bet the other side at a better line. Please understand one thing. This is $1 billion industry. I get 1,900 views. 2,000 views is what I'm maxing out at. Okay. At the most 2,000 views. If you really think that I'm going to believe that I could get these people here to bet enough on what I'm saying to move the market for me and the groups, the guys that I work with, there's easier ways to, like, more ways with higher probability of actually working than that. I don't have the subscribers to move the market. I can move it myself, like I just showed you guys, but my subscribers aren't going to move it. Please don't take this the wrong way, but I know most of them have been betting for years before they meet me. So their accounts are labeled as square. They're not going to move any markets. So I could get all of you guys to go bet Team A, and that doesn't guarantee me the market it's going to move even a half a point, let alone enough so that I get EV out of it, positive EV. So that's just like that I get it. That's something that someone would think of, but it would benefit me zero. Where is my benefit? Now you could say, wait, here's how, let me explain to you how this industry used to benefit before the internet. Okay. Before the internet, I could put an ad in a sports page because everyone's watches. Back in the day, that's where you got your news, from the newspaper. And you'd go to the back where the sports page was. I could put an ad there. Free Monday Night Football winner. Call 1-800, blah, 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 blah. Now I just sit here and I wait for that phone to ring. You call, I tell you, man, I got a lock for you tonight. You got to bet it, but you call me back tomorrow and we partner up. You're going to bet 1,000 on it. You're going to give me $100 when it wins, and then we'll be in business. Take Team A. Next phone rings. Listen, I got a lock for you tonight. Here's what you're going to do, though. You got to bet at least $1,000 or else I'm not working with you. When it wins, you're going to send me 100, and then we're going to partner up. You're going to bet Team B for $1,000. Phone rings again. Listen, me and you, we're going to be partners, but here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to take your $1,000 and you're going to bet it on Team A. Now, tomorrow morning, half of those people are going to be happy as hell. They're going to be like, he is the man. Let's team up, Ace. Where do I send this money to you? The other half, they're going to be pissed. But the crazy part is, I'm going to reach out to that other half and be like, I know I gave you a loser last time. Here's what happened. Here's what happened. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give you now a 50% discount to my platinum package. Okay. Just because I lost today, I'm going to give you a 50% off to my platinum package. Dude, that's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. Why would they use you to maneuver the market? So then I have to bet and hope that I win a bet. If I want to finagle people, like, there's a lot of ways to do it, from touting, where it has nothing to do with trying to get you guys to bet a particular side to move the market a particular way so then I can take advantage. Number one, I don't know what side's going to win or lose any single day. Anything could happen. So having you guys move the line a little short, it's going to give me a little better line. But how do I have, you're even going to be able to do that? Like, how much money are you guys really going to be betting? Again, like, it sounds great and maybe even make a good book or story, but it's just not doable. It's not doable. I don't have I see, just because the plays, I give out a 5% play. Unless if I bet it, it's going to move. But then if I give it to subscribers, it ain't moving again after that. They're not moving it. And then that's a 5% play. They're not moving it. You get what on this free, on the stuff I'm putting out on YouTube. So please, nobody's trying to con you into getting me a better line. I have so many books I'm looking at to get better lines at. I could manipulate the market myself. I told you, I have on-screen accounts and off-screen accounts. And the on-screen accounts, I could make a line move and dance for me if I really want to. I don't need to get my subscribers to do that. And this is me sticking up for even the most unscrupulous they're not doing it either. Because you can't. Not because they would. If they could, I'm sure they would. But the truth is they just can't. That's the problem. It wouldn't do anything for us. It wouldn't help us in the least. All right, I got to play now, and you guys are about to get it. Here we go. 2-3% plays. You're getting it for free. Damn, this is going longer than I wanted, but you're getting it. Game 968. 968. Texas. Texas. Minus 145. Wait. It's Texas. Yeah, against KC. Okay. Minus 145. 3% play. And then we're doing first 5 also. I'm betting this. That's why. So we're going to take Texas. I'll give it out up to at 150 because line's probably going to move as I'm giving this out. So it's 1 minute before noon. So it's 8:58 here. 8:58 here. So if you check your line screen at Wager Talk for that time, you will see we move this line on Texas right now. We move this line on Texas. So that's why I'm giving it out at 150, even though we bet it at 145. We're also betting first five, 2% on my minus 150 on the money line, 2% on minus a half, 2% on minus a half. So that's a 3% play on the game, 2% first 5 money line, 2% first 5 run line. Now I got to confirm it and give it to myself. And while I'm doing that, what I'll do is answer another question. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get this to you as soon as possible. I got out so early because I know a lot of this shit is going to go off in like an hour. All right, next question. Ace, can you go over your blackjack rules? Everyone knows the right way, but some people upping and differ, aka hitting on 16, etc. Here's the thing with blackjack rules. First, get basic strategy down. Just Google perfect basic strategy for 6 decks, perfect basic strategy for 2 decks. Very little things will differ. Very few things will differ. But if you really want to be an expert, know both. I focus on double deck. That's what I'm looking to play the most. Double deck. As far as hitting a 16, it's a coin flip. Here's what I mean. Even for a card counter, they tell us, when it's a negative count to hit the 16, when it's a positive count, not to hit the 16. But your edge is so negligible, it is a coin flip either way. What I've learned to do is the exact same thing all the time. I stand on every 16. Why do I do that? Why? So I look consistent. So I don't look like I'm counting cards. Because we know when it's a positive count, we're not going to hit our 16, right? Because there's more high cards than low cards. So we're not going to hit a 16. Also, when it's a positive count, I have my biggest bets out there. So when I have my biggest bets out there is when I want to make sure I'm making the most proper deviation from basic strategy. Like I told you, there's deviating from basic strategy when you do a different what you're supposed to based on the count. Well, when the count's high, I deviate from basic strategy that says hit the 16 against a 10 because I'm going to stay on the 16 even against a 10. I'm not going to hit it. So I'm not going to hit that 16 ever against a 10, even when the count is low, even though it tells me I'm supposed to deviate. I won't deviate because the gain I'm making is this small. But when I have my biggest bet out there, I'm deviating without them knowing it. And that's saving me a shitload of money. That's the key, my man. That's the key. But get down until you learn proper basic and know it. Like I said, like the back of your hand, like every combination. Don't even move into the counting area. You need to know to play perfect basic strategy first. And then you start thinking about how am I going to deal with a 16 against a 10? How am I going to deal with the different. I would love to hold a blackjack training class, to be honest with you. If people were interested in that, you know what I mean? Where people fly in and stay here for 2 days for the weekend and we meet up. And I teach them how to count cards and then take them to the casino setting and watch them too. I think that would be awesome. I'd love doing that. I'd love to do that. See how long it takes to get my bets in, because I had to send it out to you guys first. Who loves you? It matters to me so much that my subscribers win that I don't care. I don't know. Maybe it is a pride thing. Okay, let me get this. I made my last Texas. So I had to bet it 3 different ways. So that takes a little bit of time. It takes a little bit of time. All right. Next question. Smashing and sharing daily. I know that's my man, Neil Siri, not 803, 803. Can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough for being here, my man. Question. Me thinks that many come here just for the gold and lose sight of the insight and long-term education you provide. I cannot agree more. And listen, if you just come in here for the picks, I told you, long-term, if you manage your risk correctly, they're going to be profitable, because that's what I do for a living. And, you know, we win. Do you have a mentor or mentors during your sports betting journey? So any lesser stories of importance you care to share? Or was it all self-absorbed and learned through the school of hard knocks? Great question. Great question. I had mentors by accident, meaning guys I worked with, for, and under. That's who I consider my mentors. No single person took me by the hand and took me throughout my entire journey. It's been different guys I've worked with who were sharper than me that I was able to absorb from and learn from. That's what I did. I constantly put myself in positions where I was the dumbest guy in the room. I looked for opportunities where I was the stupidest guy in the room when it came to sports betting. And I sat in those circles. And I didn't feel ignorant. I didn't feel like a fool. I didn't feel any lesser. I felt like it's just a matter of time before I'm able to do what they're doing. And it becomes that easy for me, because I was hearing how they're trading, how easy it is, how they're moving. And it was all foreign to me. But whether you like it or not, it's going to just rub off on you. So to me, that's what it came down to. And I got lucky. I grew up in an area of Philadelphia that, I mean, Don Best line service came from there. The betting syndicate behind the Tim Donaghy scandal came from there. Some of the biggest bookmakers in the country, illegal bookmakers in the country, were stationed there. Like Philly, that part of Philly that I'm known was really a sports betting hub. And happened to be where that betting syndicate originated from. So I just happened to be a product of my environment more than anything else. And Jimmy Two-Time. And those people, like I said, were all older than me and all higher up than me. And that's how I got my education. That's how, just like now I'm trying to pass on things to other young bettors. I'm not mentoring anyone single-handedly, but I feel anyone coming to this room that has lesser experience than me is the same as me when I was hanging out in those rooms, when they were just talking, just drinking coffee, just looking at the board, just little things, just a little thing that I would nibble at, that I would get, just that one nugget would just become so valuable. And I think most of you, that's how your journey is going to be. The difference was that I was surrounded by so many sharp bettors that I immediately knew who wasn't. So by the time I came to Vegas, like I could talk to someone for 15 minutes and know whether they were full of shit. That's where I got lucky. So when I came to Vegas, I was able to eliminate the nonsense from legit guys. And I knew the verbiage well enough. I knew the language well enough. I knew how to walk and talk well enough in that world that they wanted to fuck with me. That's how it was. Like Ice-T said, you know what I mean? Got to keep that gear clean, even when checking minor green. You know, you got to keep that look. And that's what I was doing, faking it till I made it. But they wanted to work with me. The guys that I immediately recognized as, okay, these guys are sharp. These guys are running Las Vegas. These guys are moving. Like everything's going through these guys. Made sure I got around them and near them. And eventually I knew I was going to be able to start working with them. That's kind of how my things went, Neil. And I think, you know, everybody's going to be different. But again, what I was getting at is I got lucky that my education almost extensively came from winning bettors. Only in the beginning was it all like just me not knowing anything and being square. But once I was thrust into the groups, that was it. The education started, never ended. Most bettors don't have that opportunity. And what happens is they're just absorbing so much nonsense, so much misinformation that it's almost hard to then turn that around. That's what I'm finding my biggest difficulty, that so many are just entrenched in their ways that they believe that they've learned through gambling Twitter over the last 2 or 3 years, that they just refuse to have an open mind or just look in the mirror and admit you're wrong. Change your thesis. Like, my thesis is playing out in real time. Everything I'm saying is playing out in real time. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do. I'm telling you what I'm doing. And what I've done confirms everything. I'm consistent, bro. I've been consistent since day one. I haven't changed the way I bet. I haven't changed the words I'm telling you. No bet sizings. I haven't changed. Nothing. All right. Gary Wood 2654. Ace, do you mind going over what some of the acronyms are in baseball handicapping? Are FIP, field. Oh, that. Just go to what's it called? What is Oh, I can't believe my mind's drawing a blank. What's the baseball? Oh my, Sabermetrics. There we go. Sabermetrics. Okay. Just Google Sabermetrics and you will see some of the best statistics and what they mean. I learned a lot. My biggest takeaway was the value over replacement player. I've carried that over to football and other sports, and that's helped me the most. But yeah, I would look at some of the Sabermetrics things. Again, how to use them is what matters. And what I'm trying to say is, once information like that is factored into the price, everyone's talking about a metric, it kind of loses its value unless you're able to use it to put a puzzle together. Meaning, unless it's correlated highly to an outcome, meaning it's predictive. It's a predictive metric. I think that's what the focus on, which one of these metrics are predictive. And because there's just so many, in baseball, so many acronyms. Like, I swear that I would just be looking on Google or online and just repeating someone else's work. It wouldn't be mine. I would have to look half of this stuff up because I don't even look at it. To be honest with you. So yeah, that's just me keeping it real. All right. R. Martinez, please educate us on bots and their role in online bets. Simple, J. Martinez, R. Martinez, 7186. The bot is simply places bets. The bot is to bypass having to log in, having to put in a password, having to pull up the lines, the odds, and then having to put the bet in. Once we're logged in, a bot's ready to go. Let's say I have now Texas minus 155. I plus in the bot, Texas minus 155. That's the highest it'll bet it to. Let's 150, whatever the number was. Now the bot's already logged into every one of my accounts, and anyone that has 155 or better, the bot's going to bet it for the limit that I have it set for. That's all they are. That's all the bots are. And they're quick. They're faster than any of us could move, and they're able to beat the line move for most of these sports books. But I'll show you in my back end. Maybe we'll see if enough of you guys ask. I have a sheet with a couple books. I have different books I work with. I could look in the back end and tell you which accounts are bots. They're even highlighted red. Suspected bot, suspected bot, suspected bot. So we know who the bots are, and we kind of even let them in because we'll limit them to a nickel. We want their information. And a lot of times they're offsetting public money because they're on the opposite side. So we don't really kick out all the bots, but a lot of guys do. That's what the bots are used for. It's just to get in. But then that's why they put spinners. You know, sometimes when you place your bet and you see that spinner come out, or you have to verify you are a human, that's to stop the bot. That's to slow down the bot, or even completely, because the bot won't get past the spinner. There's some ways to do it. Obviously there's always tech's always getting out ahead of it, the past tech. So it's constantly evolving what the bot can do. But those are some of the defenses that sportsbooks have done. They put that spinner, they put that verify your human bullshit. That's all delay tactics for guys like me, so they could move their line before I bet it. That's all that is. It's not to verify I'm a human being and not a dog. It's to verify that I'm sharp, and they want to see if there's any lines moving before they let me bet. They don't. That's it. That's all it is. It's a scam. It's a scam against us. Dude, we have so much going against you of a sports bettor just besides the hold. Forget about it. Ace, this is Nathan Kellum 164. Is the NFL the most efficient betting market? Is it better to look at less efficient markets, sports bettors for better value? Of course. It's more efficient because number one, they're willing to take the most amount of money. So they're going to be on top of it. They're not going to, it's going to be hard to find a piece of information that's not factored into the price, where it's not baked into the cake. That's what makes it hard, number one. Number two, we got to lay 11 to 10. So they already have almost a 5% edge on us. So we got to pay admission for every bet, whether we win or lose, believe that or not. That's just the truth of it. So they're already way ahead. And then with the NFL, because of the amount of volume and money bet, they're confident and able to take much bigger bets. Because of that, they're getting hit by the biggest and sharpest betting syndicates. So very quickly, they're pretty sure they could get their line to where there's no value either way. Unless they have to shade it towards the public bias, they're pretty confident that by Sunday, whether you bet team A or team B, you're getting the worst of it because you're laying 11 to 10. And they believe that at that point spread, say -4, that 50% of the time team A will cover, 50% of the time team B will cover. And since they're getting 11 to 10, they're going to be profitable guaranteed as long as they can do that. Remember, the job of the sports book where they could guarantee themselves profit with no risk is balance the money or balance the result. That's the only thing. Balancing the money is very difficult because you have to move the line and kind of manipulate people. Balancing the result, a little bit easier if you have efficient numbers. And in the NFL, pretty efficient. You don't see a lot of volatility unless there's an injury or weather. And look at injury. We know what every quarterback's worth to the half point. That's efficiency, bro. That's efficiency. So yes, sir. Go look at the easier stuff. All right. Recreational player 1119. Ace, MLB, dog and under correlated parlays. Are the under 7.5 better than the under 9.5? Is it better with big favorites or closely lined games? Great question. The way to do it is the 7.5s or lower. 9.5s, no way. If you're expecting 10 or more runs in a baseball game, the 1.5 is probably not going to help you. Remember, the less points expected, the more each point is worth. That's why buying points in NBA is the craziest thing I ever heard. Dude, you're expecting 230 points to be scored. What is an extra 2 points going to do to you? An extra 1 point going to help you? How does that even make sense? Like, that's just crazy. And yet people do it on sides and totals. You do it when you're expected to get a low scoring game. And what's a low scoring game? Sure, it could be a total of 11. Today's Colorado game could end 2-1, but the probability is that they're expecting higher score. So we're looking for where the market, and especially the wise guys, expect a low scoring game. In a low scoring game, if I'm getting 1.5 runs, I should be good. At least I'm in a better spot. If less than 7 runs get scored and I have one of the teams plus 1.5, I think I'm in a good spot. Unless I get shut out, again, I could lose that bet very easily. But if only 5 runs are scored and I'm getting 1.5, I'm feel good about that bet. I feel very good about that bet. So big favorites on closely lined games, it doesn't even matter. The total is what matters. What matters is you want a low scoring game. Because if it's a big favorite, then you're going to get a better line on the plus 1.5. Where if it's a coin flip and you're taking the plus 1.5, you're going to pay -200 for it. So believe me, they're factoring the VIG in. We're taking advantage of the correlated part. We're not taking advantage of an inefficient line. We're taking advantage of an inefficient payout that they're not supposed to allow this bet because the result is correlated. If only 3 runs get scored in a baseball game and I have +1.5, I'm a favorite to cash that ticket. Sure, it could end 3-0. Sure, it could end 2-0. But I'm still favored before the game starts to cover that 1.5. That's what it comes down to. Okay, Mark C. Mark dot SETHARES Cetharis. All right. When it comes to risk of ruin, when you reference the number of units, you're talking 0.25 being regarded as 1 unit or 1% being 1 unit. 1,000 units on 10K bankroll would be $10 a unit. But would that $10 be the 0.25 bet following your guidelines or the 1% bet? Hope that makes sense. Well, with a $10,000 bankroll at $10 a unit, you're not betting 0.25, you're betting 0.10. So you'd be going even less than my 0.25. With my I recommend 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, and 1.25 on that 10,000. So 0.25, the smallest bet of that 10,000 would be $25, 0.25. For it to be $10, your risk of ruin would be even lower. I love that. I love it if you're going $10. But then you're betting 0.1%. And that way I would go 0.1 to 0.5. So the most you would ever bet is 0.5%. And in that case, your risk of ruin, forget about it. It's 1%. You're going to double your bankroll 99 out of 100 times if you have an edge. If you have an edge, you can't just blindly bet anything and think because I'm doing this risk of ruin, I'm guaranteed to win. No. You need both pieces of the puzzle. You need winning information and then the risk of ruin. So I hope that makes sense to you. 0.25 of 10,000 is 25. The $10 would be 0.10. So I'm betting a little more. My risk of ruin's a little higher. It's higher. I said that. I was comfortable with a higher risk of ruin because we went over 8-10 years of results and saw that historically that is enough to cover us. We can go that far out. But I say go even lesser so you could sleep even more comfortable. That's how I do it. And remember, the 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, that's just the rating that Wager Talk uses. That's a rating. That shows the strength of the play. That's not a recommendation on how to bet it. That could be a star, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Forget that it says percent. That could be 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 unit. Forget that it says percent. They're just stars. We decide the percent and we go 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25. Based on their 1%, 2%, 3. Just forget their percent. Just based on Wager Talk's 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. We go 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1%, 1.25 of our bankroll. That's it. I give a 3% play, we're going 0.75. I give a 1% play, we're going 0.25. I give a 5% play, we're going 1.25. I give a 4% play, we're going 1%. That's it. Forget that it's a 4%. It's a 4 star. 4 star, 1 star, 2 star, 3. We just use percent at Wager Talk, but it's not a recommendation. It's a rating. I love you guys. I went long. I hope it gets to you guys before 1 p.m. Eastern. I try my best. You guys are awesome. I love you. Have a great day. Enjoy it.